EliteAri, are you ready for this one?
Yes, I don't know if
EliteAri,
we've started.
Vinland Saga is fucking dead! Yeah, ask me about my second one, EliteAri, my second intro.
All right, go. What was the second one? Go ahead.
This has to do with my tweet that I was teasing EliteAri that everybody should go and like, alright? EliteAri, you ready for this one?
Mm.
Bug Eyes is a fucking better! Oh my goodness, EliteAri, it's terrible. And it's also the only thing that fucking happened this chapter, so it's all we're going to talk about for 20 minutes until we end this fucking review. How about that?
It is interesting. What overall, what do you think of this chapter?
It was okay. It was a little chapter, I guess.
You know what? I kind of agree. I was like, you know what? This is a wrap.
There was no real big emotional moment.
Like, yeah, exactly. There's no like big moment. There's nothing. It's just like a nice wrap up. You know, I'm happy with it. Like nothing. Like...
Yeah. Well, first of all, my tweet was Mushoku Tensei Bug Eyes, Mushoku Tensei Bug Eyes. And then Jaki Bacon did a cryptic tweet, EliteAri. We'll talk about Jaki Bacon in a second, where he said, oh, the chapter was pretty good except for one glaring issue, which obviously is talking about Bug Eyes being a pedophile. And I did a Rudius Grey Rat gif where he's being creepy, and I responded to him.
Well done. All right.
Oh my god! And merely Vinland Saga just liked my tweet, saying, so now that Midland Saga is over, can we get back to Black Sails? ? So you know everything's working out in a timely fashion. Now, obviously, Jaki Bacon, merely Vinland Saga aren't here, EliteAri, and that's because we're going to do a big ending discussion, probably, with them sometime in the future, because we're on the same time zone, nearly. So, or are we on the exact same one right now, EliteAri? The people will never know. I don't know.
We're on we're not going to say.
Oh, yeah. Try and figure that out, losers. So we can record one in a timely fashion and absorb all the views, all the fresh new viewers who didn't get any of our in-jokes that have been going on for 2.5 minutes, EliteAri. And we also called their best guy here a pedophile. That's not very nice.
Yep.
Well, EliteAri, where do we begin? Do we go through the chapter chronologically? Is there any more of an overall thought, you know? I saw all the people on Twitter, all the Vinland Saga community, which again is Mia and Bacon, speculating on all the big moments, how we're going to flash to the future and see or we're going to do something, or something, and none of it happened, EliteAri. The last page was Pulmug planting plants.
How about the first thing we say is the reading experience of this? I think it was somewhat interesting. Because usually for a final chapter, I'm usually pretty confident where it's going to go.
It is true.
Like, it's like, you know where it's going to go. Yeah. But Vinland Saga is like, this is an important chapter. Like, it really sets, like, what is the message going to be of this story. And he kind of did go with the just safe, like, you know, it is.
I haven't even thought about that.
Know, it's been what has been saying the whole time, you know, violence bad, no one deserves to be hurt. You know, it's all that, you know, that's the conclusion here, I guess.
That is true.
And it also does, like, it shows all the things like, oh, family is important. That's why Thors was defending his family, and you know, if we marry these two people together from different places, you know, eventually, you know, they'll have peace, and it like seeds all that kind of stuff, and it ends with the seed visual, and it's like, oh, okay, so it's all coming together.
Plants and new beginnings.
Yeah.
It is true, because I feel like last time all we talked about, because we'd reviewed the chapter like a month late and we just talked about how it just had been announced that was the last one. I feel like all we talked about then was thematic stuff. And I didn't even think about that at all in the chapter, so that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
You literally just said it. So I guess I'm kind of happy about that. There was no final twist that Thorfinn was actually a big fuck-up the whole time and we love violence. So, you know, that's pretty cool. But true. It was the same old Vinland Saga, you know? Same Vinland place, same Vinland time. Do you know when that time is, EliteAri?
The 13th century is what they mentioned, I think, or 14th.
No, that was that was like the blog, but it's like 10,000. It's 1,010 something, I think.
Yeah, true. 1013 or 1014 or something like that. I
remember
that date.
There was a Thor's date when he was younger or something. Maybe this is just in the anime at the beginning, but it was like 1004 or something. That was crazy. Now, EliteAri, we do our chronologicalies. So, EliteAri, everybody's getting on boats. They're leaving the Great Vinland. Pulmug, this is for you, says Thorfinn. They exchange things. We don't read the lines here. That's resigned.
Wait a minute.
What's it resigned
You've already forgotten.
What did I forget?
I don't. The name of the chapter. Good name.
Oh, yes. I remember thinking it was a good name. Somewhere not here. That's a Vinland thing they say at the beginning.
Yeah. That's Vinland Saga, right?
That's
Somewhere
where
around
they're
here.
gonna go. Old Bug Eyes and Nisquajicha. I know the names, EliteAri, and Pulmuk.
True.
And Mispekwique. That's what Bacon says sometimes.
Yes.
The rest of them, I'm not so sure. Now, they're giving each other thingies. Seeds, EliteAri, for the end of the chapter. They're all saying goodbye. EliteAri, can I just flex that I called that the girl that I just said the name of, but then I said 3 names afterwards, so I've confused them all in my head now. The girl, Nisquajicha, I knew she was going to be on the thingy when they were like, oh, she's in the toilet. I knew, because remember Thorfinn was a stowaway when at the beginning? I'm pretty smart, huh?
That is smart, and it didn't even cross my mind. I didn't even think.
I thought you were mocking me when you said "wow" just now. I thought you were saying, "Yeah, moron." Everybody got that.
No, I didn't even think of it. Didn't even cross my mind. When she popped up, it was like the best part of the chapter. I'm like, oh my god, that's crazy. She's there.
Well, there's got to be a reason for her not to be there.
I didn't even think about it. But yeah, I guess that makes sense.
But yeah, Thorfinn, and he had to pee, remember? And he jumped out and then he peed overboard. And Thor said, "Hey, little boy, what are you doing here?" And then he spanked him. Remember the spanking pages?
Yeah, I do remember
this
that.
manga's been pedophilic since the beginning of EliteAri. I knew this guy was no good, this Yukimura. Anyway. And then they shake hands and they're all very friendly. They speak in each other's language. They say, "Thank you, friend." That's a little racist, Yukimura. I don't know why he said it like that. And then we're just adding to his moral obscenities here, EliteAri. Keep a note. And even... the priest guy, the crazy priest guy, EliteAri, gets to shake hands. And at first I was like, oh, it's going to be funny because he can't shake his hand. But then he just shook it with the other hand.
Yep, true.
Vinland Saga is better than that basic joke, EliteAri.
You know, just back to the Scotch thing. I thought it could be possible where it's like she would show up later and the joke would be, "Oh, I missed everyone's goodbye," and that'd be like a Vinland Saga joke.
That would be like a chapter 100 bad joke where what's her name? Not Ymir, Ylva punches Thorfinn. You know, Jockey Bacon's favorite panel.
Yep. Oh, that would have been so funny if it happened. But no, we were spared of that type of.
Oh my god, EliteAri, I'm so proud of you. I went to take a drink and you actually said something that time. If only you put this much effort into our great Chainsaw Man chapter reviews. It is interesting, I guess. I feel like when Thorfinn says goodbye to everybody, he says like, "Till we meet again." So, you know, in your little fan fiction in your head, EliteAri, maybe Thorfinn came back. He hugged the great Pulmug 20 years later with his grandkids in tow, and they went to see the great Bug Eyes. What do you reckon?
Yeah, probably.
I mean, okay. Anyway, then they left, and then they see the sword guy, EliteAri. He's got a sword, but he doesn't throw the sword away. Thorfinn tries to warn him, but he doesn't. He says,
"Yeah, I thought that was cool."
Yeah, it would have been lame if he threw it into the water. He doesn't know.
Yeah, it's just, you know, it'll be everywhere. Violence is everywhere. It will never go away, and it's kind of cool that you try and fight that anyway.
Wait, do you think they know the Nords were there because they found a Nordic sword one time? So this is supposed to be a cool historical interplay here?
I doubt it. Maybe.
I reckon that's what happened.
There's probably way more evidence than that.
You know, I remember them saying something about coins in the one YouTube video I might have watched about it. So, you know, maybe I'm not right. Maybe I'm wrong sometimes, EliteAri. Oh my god, and then we got an extended shot of our whole cast here, and we've got Hild and Cordelia. They don't really do much this chapter, huh?
I mean, they do more than a lot of other characters this chapter.
Name another character. Gudrid.
I was going to say
I beat you.
Bug Eyes is more, yeah. True, Gudrid.
Kali. Yeah. What's the other kid's name? The real kid?
Whatever Ugg's name was, remember him?
Oh, yeah, the great Ugg. Who could forget?
Yep.
Ina didn't say anything this chapter.
Or whatever, the guy with the big head who was French or something.
I made a funny Ina's dead joke, EliteAri. Laugh.
I'm sure it was very funny, yeah.
We're all sad that the great Ina is dead, apparently. Do you think everybody's very emotional and they're going to be very mad at us for our lack of emotionality / my sarcasm, EliteAri?
I don't know. I'm trying to imagine, at what point would you get emotional in this chapter? I don't... Maybe this is a family thing.
Maybe this is a conversation left for the end after we get through it.
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
Sure. That's not to imply that I have like a good answer, because my only answer was what you were saying anyway. But anyway, And now anyway, says Bug Eyes, and then he starts pulling the thingy, and he's doing the thingy, and everybody tells him to stop it. Then he jumps in, and then there's revealed that Nisquadjicho is here, EliteAri. And let's read the whole let's read this whole part. We've decided to live together. Maybe we're being ambiguous here. Yukimura can save his reputation, EliteAri. Sorry, but I'll be taking this boat. Call it a wedding present. Oh no, EliteAri. Confirmed.
True.
Now, I've been on the side of this ship for, it's a little ship, EliteAri, for the whole time, EliteAri, so I'm very happy right now. I called it. I'm a genius.
Yeah, true. You called the most obvious thing possible.
It's actually whoever asked on Twitter her age, it's that person's problem, because without it, we never would have known.
That is true. I would have continued to go on and think, yeah, she's whatever. I guess if she's marrying him, she must be an adult.
I thought she was like 20, I'm pretty sure, is what I said back in the day.
Still in my interpretation, I think it's probably just what it is. I'm going to completely discount what he said on Twitter.
I think it's important to point out for all of our new viewers who have already clicked off the video, EliteAri, that I don't think either of us really care about this. From a moral perspective, I don't care at all. But it is funny because everybody will care on Twitter. And I feel like it's the only thing people are going to talk about coming out of this chapter. But that's all right. In this one image, she does look about 12, EliteAri. So we have that going for us.
You say that every time she shows up in the story.
No, I thought she was 20.
Okay.
And then Jockey Bacon said, I don't know, she looks kind of young. And then later the tweet came out, and then everybody laughed at me. So don't be throwing it back in my face now. Getting it from all sides, every time is what I'm doing. Also, I could tell we set this up.
Page, and then Hild also looks 12, okay?
Hold on, let me go back. She is short. What are you doing, Hild? Now, Hild is probably only 17. No, there was like a time skip, huh?
I don't know why I assume she's just Thorfinn's age. I don't know.
No. Hold on. No, she's a little younger. Remember, Thorfinn was 14 when he killed her dad, EliteAri. Come on, get with the program.
Yeah, and she was also like...
No, she was a little younger.
Young, wasn't she?
No. Otherwise, we would have been shipping them the whole time.
True.
Anyway. Where are we up to in this little monologue? Am I actually going to read the whole thing? I see Thorfinn endorses this disgusting behavior, calling into question his moralization too. Wait, Bug Eyes, now I've been thinking of... there's a thing I got a question mark for at some point, EliteAri. That's when they say goodbye. Like, Nisquadjica says, surprisingly sophisticated. Why does she say that? What?
Well, if you go to the end of the chapter, there's a great translated note.
Oh, I didn't read that stuff. Let me scroll down.
I'll read it out, okay? No, I got this. Don't worry.
Okay, there you
Niska saying surprisingly sophisticated is a callback to chapter 196, where she tries to make it seem like she can speak Norse by repeating a phrase Kali had said before. It just ended up being gibberish in that context. So, yeah.
So it's gibberish is what she's actually saying.
I think in the original context it was gibberish, and here it like somewhat makes sense, but like doesn't really. But yeah, true.
But is she literally saying... Is the saying that she's saying that doesn't make sense surprisingly sophisticated?
Yeah, she's copying what Kali said in the past.
Okay. Now I forgot my place. I'm scrolling back up here, you know? Anyway, they say they're going to go somewhere not here. Now, what do you think about their explanation for why they had to go off on their own?
It was a little silly, because I feel like Thorfinn would protect them. However, I love this. This is obviously everything I've ever wanted from the story, which is to go with the approach that's like, as long as two people from different places, get together and have a family, then eventually you'll lead to peace. So I'm happy they're doing this as like a story thing, and I like
Why is that being a thing the whole time? When has
fun.
This ever come up before?
I think it came up when Halfdan was talking to Thorfinn or something. Or maybe, honestly, maybe I just had this thought when I was talking to Bacon about Halfdan talking to Thorfinn, but I know it definitely was around that point. At least I debated it with Bacon at some point.
Halfdan definitely talked to Thorfinn one or two times. I remember that.
Yeah.
But true.
But this is like the clear answer to like how you lead to a world without like violence, is to have stakes in every place in the world, right? Like to have the families, like the world is so interconnected that it's like you don't want to lose anyone because you have people that are in like amongst your enemies and stuff, and it's like, this feels like the obvious solution. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm on a wait and see with everything with Vinland Saga until I reread it one day.
That is true.
Now,
Yeah.
I think Mia and maybe Bacon have been rereading it all this month or something crazy. Not I'll tell you that much. I've been rereading Chainsaw Man Part 2 so I can surprise EliteAri next Wednesday.
I'm sure you have.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, I've been watching his shitty shows that he makes me watch. Anyway. Now, look forward to Sherlock. Probably coming to shitty EliteAri's channel too, so don't go over there and don't subscribe. Now, where are we up to? Everybody's congratulating them, all endorsing this immoral behavior, EliteAri. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. Wait, so we have to talk about this, I think. Because this is obviously... This is important. Like, somewhere not here. It really is important. This is what the chapter's named after. This is kind of like the big conclusion to Vinland.
The unknown, the mystery, EliteAri. There's hope in the darkness. That's what Captain Flint said, I think.
Probably.
He said there's discovery,
dragons, I don't know.
there's dragons and stuff, and the dragons will beat the British Empire.
Yep.
Turned out
all right,
it was
we
just
can
a bunch
leave it
of
there.
Americans.
Well, I wonder what the bird is that's flying. Is that the same? Is that the feathered
It's Aaron.
bird that is not feathered anymore?
It's Ina.
Is it Aaron? Yeah, true.
It's Ina.
Maybe.
He's a bird.
I think it's Gudrun. I think that's what it is.
No. True, she was a flatted tern or something, EliteAri. Feathered? One of those.
True,
two.
well done.
Now, EliteAri, we got some tying into some sort of history here. The Saga of the Greenlanders, a 13th century manuscript, describes 6 voyages of Europeans to the land in North America they called Vinland. Thorfinn Kalrisini, what's her name? Karlsefni. That's what Bacon says sometimes. Settlement project was the 5th of these and also seems to have been the largest one. And then we got everybody reuniting.
Also, this is like... Yeah, when I'm reading this, I'm like, oh my god, this is so cool. Something crazy is gonna happen now. We're getting like the history, and we're gonna cut to the modern day or something. That was my experience reading this. I was like, oh my god, the narrator.
I feel
like we don't get a narrator that often.
I had a different. No, this does happen at the end of arcs, I think, and sometimes.
I also think that, yeah.
Oh, I had a different misread EliteAri where I thought they were getting back to Iceland here, so I was like, oh, we're gonna see Ilver. I guess that makes sense before the great manga is over, but it's just them reuniting with their families.
Yep.
So we'll never see the great Ilver again, EliteAri, my goodness.
Yep.
Why did all these adventurers travel to the ends of the earth? For the Icelandic trader Thorfinn Karlsefni or whatever. It's Kalrisi, that's what I've said in my head for the last like 10 years, EliteAri, so we're not going to change now when we're at the tail end. It would be more natural to turn to continental Europe in search of wealth. He could also have made a name for himself by going Viking. Give me that manga, EliteAri, instead of this shitty one I had to read. But he chose to
that
go...
phrase... I remember this phrase, going Viking. I feel like it's a thing like really early on, right? They kept
I'm going berserk, brother. What a manga.
True.
Vikings do go berserker. In that game For Honor I played for a little while, EliteAri, one of the Viking subclasses was berserker. And I'm pretty sure that's what the mushroom guy also called himself. Remember the great mushroom guy?
True.
Shut up, don't screw me. You didn't remember that. Now.
I remember Bjorn.
Bjorn! That's the guy.
I remember everything about the anime.
Oh, that shitty anime. Thank God we cancelled that shit after 2 seasons. But he chose to go pioneering in the New World. That's another Black Sails phrase, EliteAri, the New World. We love Black Sails here. Why? To what end? Now, this is funny because this is like almost some like a weird meta. Yukimura read this when he was a little boy, and he's like, He wondered this question, and then he filled in the details, and it was for his own little thematic message. Isn't that cute? That means EliteAri doesn't agree, but he doesn't want to argue about it right now. And
that just means I don't really care that much. It's like, yeah, that sounds fine, but...
No, he wants to punch me. But he is, tie this into Thorfinn's ideals, that's why you're not doing it, EliteAri. Pacifism and stuff. Punching people's wrong.
Huh? Oh,
that's why you won't fight with me right now. And also,
yes,
Thorfinn reunites with his family here, EliteAri. He gives them a big hug. The dog is here, Carly's mum. And then he gets this dumb kid. He holds up this dumb kid. It looks a lot like Carly, even though Carly is a bastard, EliteAri. What do you reckon?
It's a scary looking kid. It's just staring into Thorfinn's eyes.
I hate the cheeks, and it's with every Vinland character. Even Gudrun, I'm pretty sure, still has the cheeks. I don't like them.
True.
The hands, though, we like the Vinland hands. How are we going to miss the Vinland hands?
The hands are good. True.
And then we cut to Palmug, and he's planting a bunch of seeds. And there's some rabbits, and then it's raining, and he's hiding, and then he's got to get away some ducks, EliteAri, and he's just having a little thing, and then they sprout. And then there's a little final message here. It says, "What sprouted were prayers for the future. We must not let them die out. The future is important, EliteAri. Vinland Saga finished."
It's true.
It's a little underwhelming.
It is. No, I don't think it's. I mean, not really. I think it's perfectly whelming. Like, this was good. Like, I don't have any issues with it. It is interesting that so many pages are dedicated to Palmuk at the end. Like, it is like, that's a bold decision. I guess it makes sense. Like, I guess the thing it's meant to indicate is that, you know, whatever happened to Thorfinn and the lessons he's learned and whatever, it's been spread to the other people. You know, he's farming just like Thorfinn did on the farmland, and the people of that continent will go on their own journey, and eventually they'll be like, slowly over time, Thorfinn's ideology will be spread around the world. I think that's what this is implying, and why it's like so focused at the end.
Yeah, it is. I was thinking, like, there are some very easy bad faith misreadings here that would paint Yukimura to be like a bad moral guy, which obviously the big one is the pedophile angle, which is just funny. There's also like the native man changing his ways to be like more European, which is really funny. If you read it that way with the Palmuk stuff in the like what do you call agriculture that's like centralized agriculture? Did I just invent the greatest phrase of all time, EliteAri? You know, once upon a time, EliteAri, we used to run around and we used to hunt a deer, and then we take the deer back and we'd eat the deer. And then somebody figured out the great centralized agriculture, EliteAri. You plant a seed in the ground and then you take it out. That's centralized agriculture. I can even use it in a sentence. I just did.
That's lovely.
There's also like it seems to be like Yukimura really loves his family, guys. So a lot of the character resolutions are Thorfinn being very happy he's with his family. And that's obviously, you know, the nuclear family. What a disgusting American fable, EliteAri. We don't like that. And I think that was one more I'm trying to remember. I guess the guy keeping the sword is like, could be like, what do you call it? Savage native people or whatever. Now, this would all be very relevant to, like, Attack on Titan discourse. The Vinland Saga community is not like this, so obviously none of this really... Well, they're going to harp on the Bug Eyes thing, but the rest of it, I think, will be fine.
I don't think... I think in the distant future, when, like, new people are reading this, the Bug Eyes thing, I don't think anyone's going to blink an eye at. Because if they don't have the context of the
of the fandom,
or the native people thing, either of those points you made, I think the sword one is pretty clear. Like, we had Ivar on our side, and now we have this guy on the other side. I think anyone's gonna bat an eye at that. And then what was the other one? The planting this. Obviously, that's like the conclusion.
Just sharing cultures.
I don't think any of these will be like even long term, when even people who don't really are invested.
Well, when the BreadTube video finally gets made, EliteAri, I'll send it to you. We can watch it on stream.
Yeah.
I should do an alt and make it. I had something to say about something you said, EliteAri, but I've forgotten everything. I guess I remember, EliteAri. Shut up. People who are like reading this in like 3 months, and they're reading, like, Miller the Killer says he's gonna read Vinland Saga when it's done. When he gets through it, I think with the ending, the thing he's gonna remember from the ending is Aina dying, because that will have happened 30 seconds before this happened, and it'll feel like one big thing. And I think it is sort of... Now, this is something we talk about with Chainsaw Man all the time, and it's obviously much worse. Well, I don't know, EliteAri loves it. But sort of the schedule leading to, like, bad theories and bad assumptions of what's going to happen next, and easy forgetfulness and stuff like that is worse over there. But obviously we had, like, a whole 2 months to think about this and what was going to happen, which is on top of, like, years of speculating, potentially, depending on how long you've been reading this, of what's going to happen on the ending. But yeah, if you read it all quickly, you're going to have a very different reading. True, I'm just so smart. Now, I guess we already talked about the things we delayed to talk about to the ending. Is like the big emotional moment is like Thorfinn reuniting with his family. Okay. I never really doubted that was going to happen.
But it does feel bigger than that. Because if
you tie the baby into the sprouts, it's like the new thing. There's new.
Well, that's not even what I was thinking. I was thinking more on like, what does it mean to be a true warrior? I'm sure we've already had that conclusion by now, but even in this chapter, if you think back to the first thing that ever happened in this story, it was Thor's, and he left his like
No, it was
actual fighting
Thorfinn
life because he
jumping
had
at a
a kid,
guy on
right?
a thingy, and they carried the boats
Yeah,
over the
but in
mountain.
terms of like the thematic beginning of like trying to understand Thor's journey or whatever, he leaves to start a family and have his family, right? That's the whole reason he leaves his thing. And now the conclusion is that Thorfinn is like going back to his family. Now this is something that's obviously been
Yeah.
like touched on to death in this manga already, but it is the big conclusion here because it is like the end of like Thorfinn has arrived at that point now of like his family is where he's returned. I don't know, kind of like Thor's did. Like it's a bigger moment than it is simply just he's happy he came back to his family. I think it ties in with the manga more broadly. I don't know how exactly, but
I guess
it's very clear that it does.
from like a practical standpoint, he's still kind of just in the Thor's position, right? Like Canute could show up if he goes back to Iceland and like threaten his family and literally do the exact same thing Floki did to Thor's. I guess Kali would be
Sure.
more Vinland Saga pilled and maybe wouldn't go into some revengeful rage haze for 10 years or whatever. But even then, Kali would be the Ylva, and this little kid would be the Thorfinn, and he didn't go through any of this. And if his big brother is going to lecture him about how great peace is, he's going to say peace sucks, and so does my big brother, and so does my lame dad, and he's going to start killing people.
Yeah, maybe.
But that part of the manga doesn't exist. We ended here, so we can live in peace forever.
Yep.
I guess. I don't know. I can transition into my anti-Vinland rant that I went on stream, but there were no Vinland Saga people there to stump me, EliteAri, because it kind of ties into this. Does it even?
Okay.
It ties into a thing. My larger point, and I toyed with making a scripted video about this, but I'm probably not going to do it because 90% of me doesn't believe anything I'm about to say, EliteAri. Let me preface with that, okay? You prefaced?
All right.
So don't get so mad.
Yep.
But my rant on stream the other day, and it was something I was thinking about before that, was that like I think when I think of Vinland Saga, pre-reread EliteAri, where I put it all into context and have a proper, I don't need a fucking, what do you call it? Preface this anymore, EliteAri. Caveat this anymore. I think Vinland Saga in the end, in my brain, on a very visceral level, or on a very like, even before the surface layer, and what's a different word for visceral, EliteAri? What synonym that for me? On a very
They're like complete opposites. Visceral or surface layer, they're complete opposites.
Well, visceral comes from within, but it's like your base first instinct. And I said it was before the first layer, EliteAri, so how about you shut the fuck up? Whatever, my visceral, inherent, something like that reaction to Vinland Saga is like one of like missed opportunity in a weird sense, because it isn't a Vikings politics manga, and it never really got back to that. And I feel like I had to teach myself at every turn to not hate it for being that. And because it kind of goes back to a fandom thing, and it kind of goes back to a Minty's 3 layers thing, EliteAri, where there's sort of like this initial disappointment after the high of the end of the prologue, and then you're on a farm and it's slow. And there's like, in the Minty's 3 layers example we're setting up here, it's like layer 1 is boring. How about we get back to killing and the cool stuff and none of this gay shit? And then layer 2, EliteAri, is actually, this is quite profound and deep and actually pretty cool. And there's a whole war at the end, so shut up, bitch. And all this stuff, right? The Farmland arc is the greatest. We all believe this. Even I believe this. I made an Arnie video about it. Jockey Bacon edited it, and I skewered it with a terrible title, EliteAri. We all seen the video. And now I'm saying layer 3 is actually, no, I'm just mad I wanted a Viking manga, and it had all that potential to be that. It was like a Viking politics manga for like 10 chapters. It was the best it ever was, and now everything is sort of in the shadow of that. And then like the Baltic Sea War is like the marrying of the two, but it kind of comes up short in the Viking politics department. Because it's not as cool and it's not as interesting, and it didn't become Berserk, even though Berserk is only like a politics manga for like 50 chapters. And then this last arc, I feel like, is a bit of a flat line. Now, we've had an argument about this every time we talked about Vinland for the last, like, 12 months. There was more to it than this. But it was sort of like the, getting back in touch. Because I do feel like this last arc has sort of, like, I don't really care about it. I'm not really emotionally invested. I don't really care that Aina died. I don't really care for the ending at all. EliteAri said it was whelming. It was probably underwhelming for me, I think. But again, I feel like this is very susceptible because this is another thing I've always thought about Vinland Saga is that I guess it is always this like disappointment. It's not something else thing because there are moments that are just like, whoa, this is the greatest manga of all time, where it has these little character interacting moments that are like 10 out of 10s and beyond, where it's like Hyld forgiving Thorfinn, or Sigurd and Halfdan's resolution, or give me another one, Thorgil trying to kill Canoodle-Yuri. What are we talking about here? The greatest moment of manga history. Every other good Vinland Saga moment, you know them all, Leary.
Yeah, you have. Oh wait, don't forget when Thorfinn channeled his inner Usklood when he was fighting Garm. That was pretty sick.
Garm's backstory, EliteAri. What a great chapter.
True.
The Cordelia's backstory. What a great chapter.
Yep.
So it has like, it feels like, what if we did this for an actual good manga, EliteAri? What if we shuttled this into something with a cool story that isn't lame and about pacifism and under? But then obviously the coolest thing about Vinland Saga, EliteAri, is its weird absolute devotion, we can say this now, to this pacifism messaging. But then, EliteAri, why don't you just have him win in the end? For history?
It's even cooler.
History's lame.
I don't think it's for history. I just think it's the message. Like a march of slow progress. I don't know. You
fuck
keep
the
trying
slow progress. How about my great Thorfinn wins?
I don't know. You wouldn't make a good farmer if you just want something to happen right away, you know?
True patience. Thousands of years later. That kid, you know, he was going to help. He had his dog with him, whereas the dog chased Ymir to the thingy. And we got there in the end. Remember that, EliteAri? What a great video I made.
It is just, there is obviously, every manga that ever ends will always be compared to Attack on Titan.
That's
now,
spoken like somebody who only reads post Attack on Titan. You know, I'm reading manga before then.
That is true. I only do that. I have read a few manga that have ended. Okay, not many, but a few. Okay,
Devilman, yeah.
Okay? Yeah, but no, I mean, like, I've been reading stuff as, like, the people have been finishing or whatever, you know? Obviously, Attack on Titan's, like, the one.
My Hero
like,
Academia.
Okay, I'm very, obviously, I love that one. That's a good ending. My Hero, the ending is very similar to this, where it's, like, very whelming. It's like, oh, the final chapter is, like, it's fine, you know? It serves the purpose. It's, like, perfectly fine. What else has there been that I feel like there's other stuff I've read? Oh, my God. There's like something else.
Devilman.
What have I read that finished?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Is it really early?
Oh, the stupid show about the mystery and the kids in the Neverland.
Oh yeah, The Promised Neverland. Yeah, but that was a bad ending.
Oh,
I feel like I'm forgetting something.
Attack on Titan. Berserk isn't over yet. Well, it kind of is. Chainsaw Man Part 1.
No, I wasn't there for that. That is a great ending. That's one of the best endings.
True.
Oh, it is what it is. I can't make my point because I don't know.
Look on your My Anime list. What are we doing here now?
Yeah, let's have a look. Oh, Demon Slayer, that was one. Demon Slayer had a terrible like epilogue, but the actual ending was like, I think the ending was really good.
Can't believe you've read Demon Slayer. What a loser.
Yeah. Fire Punch, that was way before.
Oh, yeah, that's an ending.
Yep. Anyway. Vinland, it stands on the level of My Hero Academia, I say the ending. Which is in high regard, okay? That My Hero final stretch of chapters, my god, some of the best.
It is true. We should point out for all our great new viewers, EliteAri, that you and Jockey Bacon, and I think even merely Vinland Saga, all say that this last arc is your favorite arc somehow.
Yeah, I think I stand by it, now that it's finished.
But nothing happened.
Just so much happened. I don't how much has happened in the past like 5 chapters, like where were we? Like, let's go back 5 chapters. I mean, it probably wouldn't be that much, but
so he admits he's wrong.
It's I like it. Good stuff. Thorfinn's finally living out his vision. It doesn't go how he'd planned. There was disease, there was war, there were these new interesting bad guys. Ivar died. Like,
what about Canute?
Tried to fight, but then they gave up. Canute was dealing with a virus, not a virus, a disease outside. Thorkel was.
What about
Thorgil? Like, he just went away and never was seen again. That was kind of cool. So I don't know.
He was so cool.
Yeah, last arc really good. I am curious if I reread it again, what I'll think about it in total. But Like we have the nuclear bomb chapter, the one with the bear.
Oh,
There's
the
these
nuclear
random.
bomb. Let's get real, leader. Let's get real. Now, what happened with
True.
the bear? Oh, there was
We
a
had
talking
the hand
bear.
getting chopped off
True.
by Miseku's hand
No,
getting
no,
chopped off.
that
We
was
had the
okay. That was okay.
I don't know. It's so much. We had obviously the healed stuff is in this. I don't know. It's countless things have happened, and they're all great.
Yukimura should have just written a Viking politics manga, and we'd all live in a utopia right now.
True. Maybe that would have led to the peaceful world he hopes for.
Nobody cares about peace. I want to be entertained here, EliteAri. But anyway, should we go to Reddit?
Do we go to his? No, wait. Do we first go to his tweets? Have you seen the tweets he made about the wrap up?
No, I didn't see no tweets.
I have read them. You should go to them.
You should link them to me so I can bring them up on our great screen here. You stupid idiot. Now let me change scenes and stream my screen to EliteAri, everybody. So, just bear with us for a little second. Click over here. Click on this, I think you click on it. Calm down, EliteAri. I'm not ready yet.
All right.
Share entire screen. Wait, which button do I click? Oh, that one. And then I'll click on this, EliteAri. Let me click on this, and then let me just... Now, I haven't switched scenes yet, EliteAri. Thanks for reminding me. Oh, my goodness, the people, they can see us. Wait, they can't see us, so we don't have our icons for some reason. Did I mute them?
Oh, who cares?
Oh, I did? Look, there they are.
Okay, there we go. Okay, perfect.
That's not mute. Translate post. Do we really trust Gronk to do this, EliteAri?
We do. It's very
good.
The
final chapter of Vinland Saga, chapter 220, was released today. Thank you very much for reading it over such a long time. He's thanking me, EliteAri. You clocked in like 2 years ago. You're a loser.
That is true.
2018 or something, I've been reading this nonsense. Where was I up to? Thorfinn's long adventure comes to a close with this. I wanted to depict the progress of a child growing into an adult through various experiences. I wonder if I managed to portray it well. I think I did see this tweet. I don't think I read the rest of them, though. 91,000 likes, EliteAri. How do I get a tweet like that? My YouTube videos are better than Vinland Saga. Growing up, in a nutshell, I think means becoming an adult. But then the question arises, what is an adult? Good question. I've been thinking about it for 20 years while drawing manga, and it doesn't seem very adult to me, EliteAri, drawing cartoons. And my conclusion is a kind person, maybe, I think. Aww. Probably that's right. The goal of growing up is to become a kind person. Aww. Well, I failed a little bit, EliteAri. I bully you all the time. I was drawing the final chapter while thinking, I hope we've become kinder than the people from 1,000 years ago. Aww. In any case, a weight has been lifted off my shoulders. Aww. I'm glad it's over. After all, it's been 20 years. I'm glad it's over too, EliteAri, you know what I'm saying? During that time, I could have gotten sick or been in an accident. No, EliteAri. And been unable to draw right, just like Kentaro Miura. He had an accident with his heart, and now he's dead. Stop laughing, EliteAri. I already in bad enough for what everybody thinks I'm making fun of him in my video.
The author is
dead, question mark. Long serializations are quite a thrill. I bet. Bring Isayama back. What's he doing? Anyway. Hey, I'm trying to translate here. I'll take 20 volumes, about 10 years. Gotta watch out. It'll take 20 volumes, about 10 years. Got to watch out for accidents and cancellations in the meantime. I thought 20 years ago. Of course, my plans never go as planned. True, EliteAri. You started in 2005. Can you believe it?
With your YouTube videos.
Hey, kill yourself, EliteAri. I got done more videos than you this year. Thank you all so much for sticking with this long journey. I'll tell you, this fucking shitty Pokemon, the first movie script, is a long journey, EliteAri. I want to kill myself. Oh, I can relate. The Japanese edition of the book is scheduled to release in September. I'm currently working on the cover. Please wait just a little longer. Once the book is done, a break, question mark? A break, exclamation mark. Wow, woo, summer vacation, he says. What should I do? I'll go fishing and play The Legend of Zelda. How about he plays a PlayStation game like a real grown-up? I'll study English too. Oh my god, he wants to come on the podcast, EliteAri. You got to start a podcast, just like Gigguk, and get him on there. That was it, EliteAri?
Yep.
Oh my god, we got cosplayers and Vinland thingies. This is what you think, EliteAri? See, my head's a little fucked up on my image. Now the little back. This is the best one, EliteAri. Yeah. Quit laughing, you little pussy. Now, thanks for the journey. Now, this
20 years is kind of crazy.
this should
Like, are
be
there any other
Mia.
like?
Look at that.
What's a
that's Merely
long-running
Vinland
manga that's actually been finished like in 20 years?
Saga.
Sorry, I didn't mean to remind you.
Fucking dead, EliteAri. 1989, he started.
Yeah, it's a
Don't
shame.
worry, his best friend's gonna finish it. Now, Naruto was 19. It wasn't nearly as long, I don't think. 1997. No, that's One Piece. It is 1997 to 2025. Naruto.
That'll be a big day.
Start date. And don't give me 2001 like it's the fucking anime. I don't want October of 2002. You fucking idiot. It's 99, I think. Oh, yeah. So 99 to 2014, that's not even close to as long as EliteAri. What a pointless exercise that was. Now, Hajime no Ippo is like the longest running one, right, EliteAri? It's got over 1,000 chapters. It's still going, and he started in the 80s. But it's monthly, I think.
Interesting.
Is it? I don't even know. Is it still going? I'm telling lies, EliteAri. But I know it's longer than Berserk, and it's got more chapters than Vinland Saga. I mean, One Piece.
Wow.
I don't want to read it, though.
So why is this open?
Oh, this is where we steal the manga from that guy we're all going to thank. Now, we're on the Reddit, EliteAri. Are you excited?
I am excited.
Oh, you got something to say? Now, look at this glory hog over here. He's on every post. He just loves his own self-image here. Now, EliteAri, I did check this Reddit yesterday, and I did see Raw's discussion thread and every part of my former Attack on Titan being wanted to click on him, EliteAri.
Yeah.
But I didn't do it, just for you.
We all have to be appreciative of Kyle here, guys, because within 6 minutes of the chapter coming out, he had messaged me and was like,
well, I got a Discord ping.
Tonight? Wait, really? What'd you get the Discord ping for?
From Project Vinland.
Did someone message you?
I'm not going to bring it up.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh, you're in like a Vinland Saga Discord or something.
This one.
Damn. I thought you were like searching
No,
it
that's
out.
this one down here.
We'll
Project Vinland.
Oh my God.
Let's go to announcements,
All right,
EliteAri. You ready?
Okay.
Here we are. Everybody, today, look at this. That was when I messaged you. Do you want to go into the Discord things?
Well, what a disappointment. I thought you were on top of the ball. You were really
well, no, I
interested,
messaged you like 6 hours before telling you we can probably do it tonight because I think it's going to come out soon, only because I checked the Reddit and saw the Raws were up yesterday. So, you know, in Attack on Titan land, if the Raws come out, it means we got about 2 hours. But in Vinland Saga land, apparently, it takes a little longer.
Yep. Much smaller.
I wonder if they get the South Korean version like Attack on Titan used to.
I doubt it.
Remember when all the Twitter threads went down or something, or all the Twitter accounts went down because they stopped leaks or something? And we had to talk about that for like a week last year or something? So how come we got the Raws, EliteAri? Well, the Raws just mean it released in Japan. And that's when he let the tweet yesterday. So we didn't steal anything from anybody.
Okay.
I like stealing, EliteAri. I'm disappointed. Now, this is an advertisement, EliteAri. Thank you, Vinland Saga. The people, they love Vinland Saga. I don't need is so wise. Oh, we're going to listen to him explain Thorkel, all right, EliteAri? You ready?
All right.
He's going to speak Japanese, EliteAri. You'll translate for us. Shitty anime clip. 2 reasons?
What a surprise.
He had to make him funny and cool. Oh, whatever. Aww. No!
Because an adult is when you're kind, right? Remember?
That's what it means to be a true warrior. He's throwing shade. He's subtweeting his own characters.
Yep.
True.
Wow.
The deep words of Yukimura Sensei, EliteAri.
Yep.
Oh, I already saw this on Twitter, so, you know, stop cross-posting on different spaces. There's not going to be anything funny. Where's the people complaining, EliteAri? So we go here and we go
to Shitpost Saga.
Wait, where's Shitpost Saga? Oh, if Bacon made it, there's not going to be anything too funny. Now,
you never know.
Rising Hot. What? There's no controversial.
This is just Reddit.
So what, they changed it in the
why would
comments thread? There's a different thing to this one. Why I love season 2 of Vinland
Yeah.
Saga. We got a big event going on here. We don't want to... Why are these anime fans around? Get out of here, loser.
I don't know.
I'm
Why
grateful.
would they
Thanks
do
for
this
everything
now?
and goodbye. See, Jockey Bacon has kicked out all the good people, all the funny people, EliteAri. We're not going to get anything good. Oh my god. There's a newspaper. The Gospel of Vinland Saga and its
Is that
life-changing
real?
meditations on pacifism. It's from the paper Text and Connect on Context. It's a big deal, EliteAri. Indian national
Alright.
newspaper.
Wow.
I'm currently in season 1, episode 18 of Vinland Saga, and I think it's just too slow. True, that's what I said in my video. So many nonsense dialogues, definitely. I just came because it was the same animation studio like Attack on Titan. Booyah! You think there's going to be some Attack on Titan shit talk in these little 19 responses, EliteAri? Drop the show, it isn't for you. Cool. Remember, it's seinen, not shonen. Fighting is not the main feature. That's smart.
True, like Attack on Titan.
18 was my favorite. I don't remember what episode 18 was. Deleted. Oh. Yeah, I'm a guy who wants to complete things. Crazy. Bro is not gonna like season 2. True. If they find it, drop it. It ain't for you. These Vinland Saga fans are a little used to these comments. They've got their they've got their responses ready and ready to go. Yes. It's pretty cool though. Instead of being like One Piece fans and saying, just give it another 100 episodes, it'll get good. I made a video about that one time, EliteAri. It said if you don't like the Great One Piece, on chapter 1, kill yourself. And I think a few people died.
That's right.
So, that's a little crazy. Now, EliteAri, you'll never read chapter 1. Wait, no, you read chapter 1 on stream. So drop it and let's do Naruto. One day.
There's 150 people on this subreddit right now. That's crazy.
Why aren't they watching us?
That's like a new record.
What sprouted with
it might be if it were live.
Shh, EliteAri. What sprouted were the prayers of the future. We must not let them die out. Thank you, Makato.
Wait, was that a line from this?
Yeah, that was the last thing. That was the little editor's note. I read it out like 20 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. The editor's note. Okay.
I promise to never let the seeds die out. Oh, that's pretty inspiring, EliteAri. Personally, EliteAri wants the seeds to die out, and he will replace them with little digital seeds because he likes AI. You get it?
True.
Peak ending, callbacks to the slave arc, the prologue, and the final arc, as well as earlier chapters from it. Bittersweet yet hopeful. This isn't funny. I liked it a lot.
This is the ending subreddit.
Let's just do this one. Lame. Really hate to be that guy. I do. But did anyone else kind of feel like the last arc / I love this guy, EliteAri, be kind of a letdown in terms of hyper and excitement?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep. I really love the message. Boo. This story portrays, but I kind of wanted a little more. 10 out of 10 regardless. Or whatever. It's a 9 out of 10, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing crazy really happened, but Thorfinn and co. encountered trouble and just retreated. I thought that said retarded for a little bit of EliteAri. I got a little excited. Okay, well, they're just a bunch of discourse here. What an abrupt ending. No closure to Canute or... That's what I'm saying, EliteAri or Thorkel. Definitely won't be seeing the season 3 and 4 for this one. That's pretty good. That's all I could hope for. What do you mean, no closure? Canute and Thorkel both have served their purpose to the story since long. That's what we got to tell Heath when he complains about his story or EliteAri. There is no reason to include them other than the, hey, look at this cameo. Canute could come back on a good way if there was an epilogue down the line, but for the purposes of this chapter, no. Oh my god, it's another new person. Wow. But I think Canute serves his purpose to contrast to Thorfinn for no... Okay, I don't want to read that one anymore. This is truly surprisingly sophisticated, the most perfect ending for the peak. It's pretty funny. I love Vinland Saga. I've been reading for 7 years. Hold on, EliteAri, count up my years. Am I going to lose to this guy? Maybe. It depends what month of the year he started, all right, EliteAri? So don't worry, we're still in a chance. In with a chance. It means I could be right. But the ending felt extremely safe. Ooh, that's cutting, EliteAri.
That is true.
We didn't get an answer to how to deal with people like Thorkel. The sword remains intact, even though the author mentioned that we'd find out whether it'd bend or break, and nothing crazy really happened. Did it bend or break, EliteAri? What's going on?
I think it stood strong, but I don't remember it. Did he say that in the...
Yeah, it must have been an interview or something. That. I don't know.
Okay.
Remember when Isayama said that was going to be the final panel, but it wasn't the final panel? What a little lying minx.
No, that was actually, I translated that myself. I went back and I looked at the interview, and he was actually saying this is like from the final chapter or final like part or something like that.
Well, they call them episodes.
The interpreted to be the final. Yeah, true.
Very
I think he was saying like
mixed.
I'm drawing the final part or something. Anyway, yeah, go ahead.
Whatever, I don't need to read the rest of this anyway. Literally. How would
Very
we
mixed.
know how to deal with people like Thorkel? Americans like me can't even deal with our president. True. Did you see South Park cook to Donald Trump, EliteAri? You want to talk about South Park?
No, I don't watch.
They
South
used
Park.
AI in their episode, EliteAri.
That's so crazy.
They made an AI video of Donald Trump stripping naked in the desert, and he had a very little penis, and that was the joke.
Wow.
And then they said that he's going to sue us, and this will be our last episode or something. It was pretty cool. Don't have any strong feelings about the ending. Hey, this is me. But that on itself leaves a bit of a taste of disappointment. True. Doesn't it? True. There are no big flaws or anything blatantly wrong with it, but there's a lot of praise or to feel positively strongly about either. These guys can't spell EliteAri. It's not me. Oh my god,
I think that was
-7.
fine.
Nope, wasn't
There
me.
he is.
Oh, Jockey Bacon. Oh, he's a controversial one. Hold on, we'll get to him in a second. The copying everybody who claims to be satisfied with this latest chapter has to be pure delusion. True. There's no resolve, no promised interactions. No promised interactions were brought. Nothing of value has surfaced. Feels like everyday life for me. Oh, that's a little sad.
Wow.
Yes, me too, brother. Me too. Yes, I want a boring manga. I love eating unseasoned burgers too, as well. The author only had a spurt of epiphany when the
Yes.
manga started. Oh, true. And it all fizzled out at a certain point. He should go author some vanilla comic books for Walt Disney or something.
True. Open the replies.
Did they slap him back? Hey, it said 2, but there's only 1.
Oh.
I knew there was going to be a dumbass saying this here. If this is bait, then it's weak AF. And if you are genuine, then shut the fuck up, Lamau. He got him. He's a mighty Vinland defender. Now let's see. Oh, he's addressing the big issues, EliteAri. You tweeted about this too. Bug Eyes in Nisquadrica ending was the only thing that didn't sit well. The ending with Pulmuk was phenomenal, EliteAri.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What do you mean? Oh my god, this guy's about to find out. Bug Eyes is 27 and Nisquadrica is 16. She is a child when she was introduced and still is. I don't know why Yukimura didn't make her a little older. Hey, this is that thing he did to me. He did this to me today, and I was trying to figure out what it meant to EliteAri. But it's actually just a face, I think I just figured out.
Yeah, it's like 2 eyes crying and then a mouth.
Oh, he's crying. I was like, this is like a side of the face. This is like a frowny face, and this is the other side of the face. But you're telling me these are eyes. Now, that's crazy.
Yep.
I literally thought it was like TNT, like tonight.
Right. Okay, sure.
You thought I was joking when I said that in the chat earlier?
Yep.
I get it now. To be honest, I didn't remember, or I didn't know or remember their ages, so it was okay for me. True. Fair enough. Glad you enjoyed
90% of
Jockey Bacon. Just backing down here. I would never. Underwhelming, but still very good nonetheless. Been a great journey. Too many things untied. All right, how many more of these are we going to read, EliteAri? You read this one, then we're done. This one right here.
It was amazing. But the ending was rather rushed. Yukimura Sensei drew also, this is different because this one's saying Yukimura. All the others have been like the author. This is like a real.
Oh my god, this
is
an informed fan.
Yeah, Yukimura.
He's got a little
Sensei
thing
drew
here.
manga for 20 years. True, that's Thor's. And now he just wants to spend time with his family. He'll be fine, and we're very grateful to him. Personally, I'm looking forward to the anime adaptation, as they often add a lot of new important scenes, as was the case in episode 5 of season 1. Or episode 1 of season 2, where most of the episode was exclusive. Therefore, I'm sure Vinland arc will be
This is the one I complained about the most
manga.
in my video, I think, where he like pretends to be Griffith and then he like is a little slightly more of a kid.
Griffith?
Yeah, because he laughs like Griffith before Griffith eclipses everybody while he's in the like little pool of water. Obviously an intentional thingy. EliteAri will deny it, but you know, a great reference. And episode 1 of season 2 with that shitty backstory. Yikes.
I just remember the great Ciclet.
The great Ciclet short. What does Ciclet think about the ending? He's gonna say pedophilia bad. That's what he's gonna say.
Maybe. Wishing you all the best, Vinland reader. Look at that. Wow, what a nice person.
They're all going to split up, EliteAri. These great people will never be together again unless the great Yukimura makes another manga. All right, who's making a new manga first? Him or Isayama? It's definitely this guy, right?
Definitely Yukimura, yeah.
Ah, god damn it, EliteAri.
I don't have a problem with that. He first made a space manga, then he made a Viking manga. What's next? It could be interesting.
A fishing manga. He said it himself. Now,
or
you don't want
AI about AI or something.
We want a crazy mystery manga from Hajime Isayama.
Yep.
Maybe he'll make a space one next. But space is lame.
Except for when it's in Gunbuster.
Oh, Diebuster, EliteAri. What a great show. Now, Hideaki Anno, when's he making his manga? Now, his wife's a mangaka, EliteAri. Remember that from The Great Ritual? Now...
Yep.
Who else are we waiting to come back, EliteAri? None of them. You ain't coming back, EliteAri. Stop bringing it up.
Well, true, but AI might...
AI might revive his brain, and then we'll get the real Berserk ending.
Yep.
What other... There's like one other guy. Oh, Fujimoto. He's still going, EliteAri. He fell off too, though, so we don't even get to look forward to that anymore.
That's not true. For anyone listening who doesn't know, Chainsaw Man is doing really good. Probably one of the best arcs it's ever had.
Trust EliteAri. He doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, EliteAri, you know, are we going to be on the same side when they attack us when we do this four-person panel?
We're all going to be all over the place.
Imagine a situation where we're on the same side fighting these two idiots, EliteAri. It's never happened before. You never side with me.
I probably won't side with you in this case either. I like the
I'm always a man on my lonesome, EliteAri, fighting against the world. That's the message of my manga.
Wow, just like Bug Eyes. Look at you, but no lonesome, I suppose.
Oh.
Yep.
Yeah, don't call me a pedophile. You're the Mushoku Tensei fan.
I'm definitely Thorkel because I love violence so much.
Well, EliteAri, you got anything else to say? What a terrific
This
chapter.
has been the first and I guess last series that I've ever reviewed on my channel. You know,
true in its entirety. Well, I guess I guess
Yep.
Chainsaw Man isn't finished yet, huh?
Yep.
That's not true for me. I didn't do them all. My first Vinland Saga chapter review was a scripted video. I believe it was either the Garm backstory one or the one before the Garm backstory one. It was around the same time as Attack on Titan chapter 113, I believe, which was the one before Eren told Mikasa he hated her, I believe. I think Zachary got blown up. This was the very beginnings of my channel in the end of 2018, the beginnings of 2019. This is, of course, my since deleted first channel. You know, YouTube took it away from me. I will never forgive them for that. I had some Vinland Saga videos on there. I just said some chapter reviews that we can never see again. One time I got like 50,000 views on a random Vinland Saga chapter review. I believe it's still like my 4th most popular video. And also the Baltic Sea War video, EliteAri, was very successful. Remember that one?
Yep.
Oh, me and Jockey Bacon once did a video about how Vinland Saga ends. We should go back and we should give ourselves ticks and crosses for what we got right and wrong.
Yep.
And you can watch EliteAri's whole journey on his channel, but then at some point you got to switch over to this channel.
I should make a wrap up with Bacon, you know, do the final conclusion.
True. What a journey it's been. I remember first reading Vinland Saga, you know, it was on some very shitty website where it was like one page showed up at a time, but it wasn't cool like EliteAri's fancy official websites. I don't remember what website it was. You know, I just finished Berserk, the old tale, you know, you finish Berserk, you start Vinland Saga, you know, it's a little worse, but you get over it. You don't start Vagabond because nobody makes Vagabond videos for whatever reason, I don't know. What a time to be alive. I remember EliteAri, Askeladd cut that guy's head off, that guy you like's head off, and I was like, this manga is terrific. What a great show.
So true.
I remember the first trailer for the anime came out, and I shit on it, EliteAri, and I had like 90% dislikes. They loved it even from the trailer.
It was a great anime. It's what got me into this story.
No, it was ugly and hideous and not good. And then the anime came out.
And then Mappa saved it, right?
No. Oh, yes. With season 2, right? Because they didn't do season 1. They swapped.
Yep.
Season 2 was better, EliteAri.
Yeah.
Just agrees with everything I say, this EliteAri. Any other fun Vinland Saga memories, EliteAri? You know, your first discussion series, I believe. My goodness.
I don't have any memories.
Did you not
to
do...
call back
There's
on,
no way you didn't do one with me before you did shitty Jockey Bacon Vinland Saga, right?
The Vinland Book 1 was my second video on OrdinaryAri ever. Never had anything.
Yeah, I know that you did some shitty tier list first or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
But surely you were on Attack on Titan episode something review first.
Nope.
We have to watch that on stream.
Actually,
no, you were.
maybe.
You definitely were.
Yeah, I probably was.
Because I remember, because the first thing I ever did with somebody else was a Vinland chapter review with Bacon, because I realized I could just use Discord if I wanted. But for a long time, I wasn't using Discord because I thought it was gay. And everybody that used it was a lame-o, what do you call it? Doing just what the popular kids would do. You know, and I wouldn't do that. Discord is not good. And I didn't know what it was, and I was cool because I didn't know what it was. Just like TikTok, EliteAri. You never had TikTok on my phone, too. So I'm pretty cool for that one.
Right.
So I did that. And then at one time, I'm like, well, there's nothing really stopping me. And I could speak to Jockey Bacon. Crazy. We had never spoken before, EliteAri. We had, like, orchestrated the Arnie'd video. I think Bacon, like, called me or something, but I was muted. And I was, like, typing to him, and he was responding in real time. And somebody was vacuuming in his background, and it was funny. But he was talking in front of them, and I said, Jockey Bacon, I could never talk in my house.
And look at you now.
And then I'm talking in my house right now, EliteAri. It's so exciting. And then one time I was like, fuck it, we can just do a Vinland chapter review. We should watch that, and me and Jockey Bacon probably talk for the first time like 5 minutes before we hit record. And then I hit up Mr. R and I said, you know, Attack on Titan Season 4 Part 1 is coming, or maybe even Part 2, because there's 3 parts of that fucking thing, is coming out right now, Mr. R. Do you want to be my Jockey Bacon for Attack on Titan? And then sure enough, he was there. And then I think a week later, Jockey Bacon might have joined. And then maybe a week later, EliteAri joined. So next EliteAri stream, we're going to react to EliteAri's first interactions with us on Attack on Titan Season 4 Episode 13 review.
Yep.
Now, what the real thing... The first time we spoke to me or EliteAri was Vinland Saga Season 2 something.
That's probably right.
It's just brought us all together. And that's what we got to thank the people for.
I have never made a scripted video.
That is true. He promised a long time ago.
One day I will. Yep.
You're an embarrassment, EliteAri.
Someday, not
Wait,
today.
didn't you make a Vinland's Finest video?
I did, but that hadn't... Like, I mean, it was kind of scripted, I guess, yeah. It was.
Remember when we all did that? And my video is terrible, and it like there's no conclusion to like the final sentence, but everybody didn't notice it and said it was good?
True.
Well, that's probably all my memories, EliteAri. I'm memoried out.
One more memory. I remember every discussion with Bacon, I had to animate a little manga panel.
True. That was epic.
It was a lot of work, yeah.
Oh my god, the battery's on fire.
And that's it.
Oh my goodness, that's pretty cool. You should do that for every single thing we review. Now Vinland Saga's done, you can do it. It's only 3 times a week for Chainsaw Man.
All right, let's do it.
I'm not doing nothing. Now, well, EliteAri, I think this is where we say farewell until we do a thingy probably next weekend or something with everybody.
Okay. What's like a catchphrase? We need like a Vinland catchphrase.
Vinland forever.
No.
That's what Anthony Fantano says?
What's like what do they say? Like, let's go somewhere, not here. Something like that.
That was pretty cringe, EliteAri. I didn't like that at all.
Yeah.
Recite this speech, EliteAri. Along with the dying Arnie, there's a place far away, and the birds will chirp, and you won't be dying there just because you know your second baby daddy beat you to death with a stick after she was a no good whore, EliteAri, and she tried to run away with that other guy. What was he supposed to do?
A lot of things. I don't know.
Sorry, EliteAri.
Not own a person.
I was just being the average Vinland Saga fan, you know. Not very smart, these ones. Anyway, I've got a catchphrase for him, EliteAri. You ready for this one?
Yeah, go ahead.
Support links in the description below. Thanks.